folks. Thanks for joining us on Cooking with Dan Luzzi. My name is Janet Rapasardi-Hoff. I'll be your host this evening in Dan's Kitchen with Dan.
Hey, Janet.
Hey there.
Hi.
Hi. What you been up to lately, Dan?
You don't want to know. No, I've been a good boy.
Not for a television audience.
Not for a television audience, actually. I've been just fine and dandy. Got my son off to school.
Yes.
Summer is over. They'll probably be back in 3
Here
weeks.
We are in fall.
Married.
Fall and winter.
I know, it's going to start kicking in, you know.
Yeah. Well, you're still golfing out there, though.
Yeah, we're going to play today if we can ever get this show on the road.
No, as long as it's not snow, you're there.
Actually, I was late this morning, and that's why we're going. But yeah, no snow, I'll be out there. They'll be screaming for me. Dan, come in, it's over. It's over. So we're going to do a couple basic things today. Where I'm going to start, I have no idea, but we'll start with cooking up this shrimp.
Well, I noticed that the shrimp doesn't have the weird outside, correct?
Yeah. They were a different breed that they're farming now in Thailand, that they're able to swim without the tails, and we were able to pick up on that. I mean, I was able to pick up on that. But yeah, while I'm getting that hot, what else could I do? I got our little oven on over here. I got some pasta cooked. I was going to do a couple of side dishes. Here's one of them. Here's another one. I rather do a couple of pasta dishes here that go along with these two dishes you see here. I'll make them in the pan as soon as I am done cooking this dish. One of them is our vodka sauce. This is the vodka sauce.
That has almost like a little pinkish kind of color to it.
Yeah, it's just some tomato and better get a match. Ah, boy. I don't even know. We're gonna cook a steak, I guess. Rather, I was going to. This will get hot in a second. Boiling water. All right, we'll wait till that gets hot. Cloudy day out there. Cloudy day out there. All right, I guess this is hot enough. We're going to cook some of this here stuff up.
That aroma's really nice. And it doesn't take that long for those to get a nice golden color either.
Right.
And now this is bubbling. How do we know when this is?
That's done. I just reheated it, that's all. As soon as it comes to a boil.
And are you going to cut these or slice these, Dan?
No, they're fine the way they are. Put them on the plate. We're going to put them in the oven.
And how long will they be in the oven for?
As long as it kind of heats up. Minimal. A couple of minutes.
this is mozzarella?
Yeah, right. It's mozzarella cheese. Okay, we'll put that in over here. All right. Well, I'll finish up these little dishes. Got some penne here. I don't really have to do it. I'll just put it right in there. I'm gonna get a pan and make some. We make a little linguine with a marinara sauce as well. Rather, I do. I'm just gonna heat it up there. Just give you an idea how you might want to do this at home.
How's this audio, Tim?
And add a touch of olive oil. Some Parmesan. All right. I'll wait till this one gets going a little more. I'll finish them at the same time.
Okay. We'll hear that little sizzling in there.
Yep.
Sounds good.
A little sizzle. Sell the
Will you
sizzle.
mix this?
Yeah, as soon as it's about ready, I'll toss it. You always want to toss the cheese in at the very last second, otherwise it finds its way to the bottom. All right, be done in about 2 seconds. I'll check on the shrimp. Oh boy. I guess I'll need to get a spoon on this one. I guess I could finish this up. Just a light little toss. Actually, there's too much sauce in the pan.
And this is basically a side dish?
Yes.
Okay. Now, can you prepare the sauce ahead of time?
Oh yeah, we have this. We do this a couple days ahead of time. It's something that'll sit okay. Can't prepare it too far ahead of time, or else it'll be skunky.
Some nice color there. Nice holiday colors.
Yeah. Excuse me. So if you did something like this at home, notice I'm not putting any water. This is stuff we just par cooked. Very nice stuff. Imported linguine. All right, I'll just finish that over here. Again, I'll put a little Parmesan on. This is really nice stuff. Let that marry up another second or two.
I know it's important not to have the water on the
Yeah, yeah. It's you know, you can get it done without. I mean, can't do it for a cast of thousands, but if you had a few people having dinner, you can get away with doing it just like this without putting it in the water. Par cooking it a little bit. You know, you can't do it the day before, refrigerate it. You know, this all has to happen within a certain period of time. And we're just going to finish it. I put a little olive oil in there, and the cheese is coating it. And just a little marinara sauce on there. Yippee! All right. And I'll put it on one of these plates as well.
Okay, so this can actually be an entree or a side dish.
Right.
Okay.
You know, we mix seafood with it. You know, you can do a lot of things. This is all room temperature, but I'll add a little sauce to the top. You'll get the picture.
Okay.
Add a little parsley to the top of that. And basically, they're 4 side dishes. We have a stuffed potato, some asparagus, some penne with a vodka sauce, and some linguine marinara.
Okay, what are we doing next?
I think that shrimp is gonna
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that.
bake up in the oven here. Let's see how it's doing. All we really wanted to do is melt the cheese a little bit.
Oh wow, that looks really great. The nice thing about that is you're not fussing with tails or anything like that.
Right.
It's all ready to eat.
Eat them and eat them. You can't beat them.
Yep.
Whoops. Cheese gets a little stringy, but that's okay. Just going to garnish that with a little parsley. I've actually had.
Well, so you know I don't want to be digging around trying to cut something off there.
Oh.
It's just ready to go.
Oh, jeez.
And what are we calling the dish?
Shrimp parmesan.
Shrimp parmesan, nice and basic.
Right.
Looks great.
That's a good dish, but
This is mine, you know that.
Yep, there's a little comfort food type of thing, but you get it on a hot plate, no deep fryer. You don't bread it 4 days ahead of time. Things can work out rather well, but it's a nice little dish, simple dish.
All those meat lovers out there.
That's right, all
Looks
the
like a nice piece of
carnivores.
meat. Oh.
Yeah, it's a pretty well-trimmed New York strip steak. It's pretty well marbled, meaning that it's got a lot of fat crossing through the center of the steak. You get this off like a T-bone or a porterhouse. The bone would come in here. On the other side would be the filet mignon. I prefer this myself, although I won't turn my nose up to filet mignon, but I just prefer the strip steak. It's got a little more fat and sizzle to it, But we're going to make this with a little cognac peppercorn sauce.
That's a nice warm dish to have in the evening.
Yeah, we'll do a couple. It's going to be getting a little cooler out there. We'll do a couple cream sauces. Got a salmon dish if we can get to it. I'll put that out as well. Going to get a little oil in the pan. I can always add a little more if I feel like I need it. Get our ingredients around here. Got some cognac here. Got some shallot. I'm going to put a little heavy cream in here. I've got a stock and a demi-glace I'm going to add to that, but I'm going to get the pan just a little bit hot. All right.
Okay, so while you're getting the oil hot, I think you need a little bit of this brandy or cognac.
All right, a couple of shots of that, right?
Shots of something.
Well, I'll tell you what, I thought this would be a little hotter than this.
Little melancholy.
Yeah, just a lot of stuff going on here. Beginning of the week.
You're not your usual fun chef self.
Like you said, a couple shots of that and I'll be good to go.
All right.
But we're going to, I don't have a broiler or anything, so I do this stuff in a pan, but what it does do is it makes a great base in the pan to help the sauce that we're going to reduce in the pan. Oh man. Yeah, we'll get out there and try to play today. We can. Probably shouldn't. Got too much doggone work to do.
But it's good to take a break. You can't work and work and work. You gotta take a break.
I get my kicks in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida coming up soon or not yet?
Yeah, I don't know. We went to that Bahamas thing last year, and I don't know. I didn't like it. It was a long week, Couple days you can skate out of town, You go over 3 days, you went on vacation without your wife, is the way that boils down to. So these guys are not keeping it within the 3-day program. like the little Myrtle Beach type of thing. So, I wonder what other dish I could do. I'd grab a piece of salmon, I guess. Oh boy. We keep a lid on here and we just try to force the heat down so it'll pass through it. Otherwise, if I cook it and brown it nicely on both sides, it'll be purple on the inside. So you have to be very careful to regulate the flame. And like I said, you want to get it kind of cooked evenly. It's a lot easier to do if you had one of those tall broilers that get up to some 1,200–1,400 degrees. You know, at least you know what you're getting and the intensity of the heat is there. Got a little butter for a finish. Cloudy day out there.
And that sizzle is starting to get a little bit more intense.
Yeah, you hear the noise coming up. You can almost hear when it's time to turn this stuff over. Usually we cook it the majority of the way on the first side. It'll still come out kind of evenly. This way you really make the base hopefully get into the bottom of the pan, where I won't need too much of this brown sauce here.
Oh, I love your brown sauce stuff.
That's right.
It's Dan's secret ingredient.
Yeah, it takes us a while to do, you know, but it's worth it.
Here, yes, that does take you quite a while to do.
Yeah, it's a couple days, you know, and it's just one of them there things. I wish we used more of it, but it's
There's nothing like homemade sauce, that's for sure.
that's right. A little longer, we'll turn that over.
None of that bottle stuff.
Yeah, some of the bottle stuff they're starting to come out with is decent, you know. Even some of these dessert sauces and stuff like that. But but the stuff we've been doing, you know, it's a cut above. Whether it's that caramel type sauce to garnish a dessert plate with, or a chocolate sauce, we're stupid enough to do it from scratch. I guess I could turn this over. Another minute or two, that'll be ready. Hopefully.
The one thing I do love that you do is when you do beef like this, you do a beef sauce. When you
Right.
do fish, you do a fish stock.
Right,
When you do chicken, you do chicken stock.
right.
So many chefs do chicken stock with everything, even vegetables.
We use a veal stock for this, but it's in the beef family, you know, it's just, yeah, you gotta watch cross using some of that stuff. It's not good. Some people have allergies and
Yeah, well,
that sort of thing. You know, some of it works flavor-wise, but you do have to watch it. I mean, look at the kids in school, the allergies to the peanut butter and...
Yeah, some of those are severe. I mean, really.
Oh, I know. People lock up quickly. Shellfish. And sometimes you're going to find out. I guess certain people get allergic to something later in life. You know, bee stings and stuff like that. You know, you just don't know when it's going to... Your body's going to flip around a little bit on you. But that we can't help. There will be casualties. We can't solve all the world's problems. I guess we can solve a few. Or as many as we can. All right, well that's going. I guess I got all my ingredients out here. I'm going to put a few green peppercorns in this dish. These are nice and soft. They sit in water, sit in a brine.
And do you let them soak for any period of time, or does...
No, they come in a jar. They're jarred, and God knows where they come from. Somewhere in Africa, Mozambique or something. And steak is getting about there. Let's cook it a little more.
And now what would you usually serve this with?
That's why we're doing more of those dishes there. You know, the asparagus and the potato go rather well with it. Actually, I just, in my haste here today, I forgot to mention, I do make a rice. We have some rice here. I forgot to put that out. There's 5 size dishes, actually. My mind's not working too well today. But the rice could work, anything. The linguine could work, although it's usually not a clash with the cream sauce, but the potato, vegetable, or rice work pretty well. You could put the vodka pasta in. You know, it's just certain ones clash, certain ones, you know. The main thing is I wanted to give a lot of choices with it. All right, we can make this little pan. I want to put this in. Put the steak up on the board here. I'll salt that up in a second or two. Alrighty. And add some shallot, some cognac. Always make sure this stuff is away from the flame. And that cognac is cooking off, the alcohol is cooking off just from the heat of that pan. Sides of the pan are pretty hot. And when you can do that, you know the pan was at a good temperature. You know when you have the sides working like that. We take a lot of time to, even though they look kind of colored right there, but we're constantly scraping the soot off the sides of that to, so I'm going to add a touch of this veal stock here. And, just to make sure I have enough color, I'm going to add a touch of this demi-glace. I'm going to add some cream. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. I think I put it over here. And we'll reduce the sauce. Just forgot our green peppercorns. Alrighty, we'll finish that up, and I'll put the I'll plate up the steak. Like I said, I'll add a little salt to it. I usually don't add pepper to this. That on our plate here. Alrighty, and we're going to reduce this, and as it's finishing, we're going to add a little touch of butter to it. Tighten it up real nice. Usually like that sauce a bit browner, but things are tough all over. Yeah, like it's not, you know, huge, but, you know, there isn't a lot of fat on it either, you know. Guess I'll toss that in there.
The butter again is just to tighten it up a little bit.
Tighten it up, enrich the sauce a little bit, stuff like that. All right, looks like about where we want it. See how the butter brought that sauce together a little bit? Put that on a steak here. All right. Garnish that with a little of our parsley. Or some chives. Do a number of things with it, whatever strikes your fancy. And that's a little steak with a green peppercorn cream shallot sauce.
Folks, thanks again for joining us this evening in the dining room as we are going to wrap up what we did in the kitchen today, right, Dan?
Yep.
Okay. We did a lot of stuff today.
Yeah.
Didn't
yeah.
we?
Yeah, we have our little shrimp parmesan. The cheese got a little gray on us there, but you got the general idea. You saw it back there in the kitchen if you were watching.
That's really good. That's mine, as
We,
you know.
we did, yeah, that's right. And we did a couple of our side dishes here, the linguine marinara, the asparagus, our stuffed potato, and that penne with the vodka sauce and the baby peas.
Well, now, excuse me, we didn't really go into the ingredients in the stuffed potato.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. There's some
Sometimes
butter
I
and
just-
some roasted garlic we put in there, some
Yeah.
chives, really gives it a little accent, We don't do this baked potato with the sour cream butter and, the old hit the salad bar when you're ready. We just kind of make it up here, and hopefully the ingredients we put in are to your liking.
But I like that because you can do that ahead of time as well, and then just pop it in the microwave later on.
Right, right. We did this steak with the green peppercorn cognac and shallot sauce, a little cream finish to it, just a little different sort of thing, and that's about it, right?
Okay, that's about it. So, where are you off to this evening?
Well, I'm going to try to hit the golf course in a few minutes,
Okay.
hopefully, but you never know. I don't think it's going to rain today.
Yeah, it's getting a little dark out there.
Yep.
Oh, well. All right, so we'll have to wrap up. Folks, thanks again for joining us this evening. Try to remain safe and healthy out there. I know there are a lot of shoppers out there this time of year. And we will see you again next week.